Back with another Am I the Asshole stream, which is great. I just noticed judging me. That would be great. Please feel free to join the stream and judge away. As per usual, I'm a youth worker, a coach, a counselor, and I'm approaching this from that angle. I'm open to always learning and growing with anybody. If you have any ideas or different ways I should approach some of these, I smell this whiff from your breaker glass, proceed and still smell it from a mile away. We haven't even kissed at night due to this, and I have tried everything to eliminate the whiskey smell, yet she still believes she can smell the faint whiskey, which makes her lose it completely. A couple days ago, I changed my clothes, showered after it, and I told her I promised the smell is gone. She proceeds to hug me and quickly runs to the bathroom to vomit. She comes back to tell me that she isn't coming near me at night until this baby comes out. Proceeds to tell me that she was right and I am being inconsiderate to her introduction to motherhood, even though I think I am being overly considerate and trying my best to get rid of this whiskey scent that she can apparently smell from a mile away. She's proceeded to move out into our guest bedroom into the foreseeable future. I told her she is overreacting and that it's quite disrespectful. She told me that she isn't trying to be any of those things. She just can't stand the smell of alcohol. Am I the asshole? Oh, good. Just wanted to check that my microphone was still on. I've done that before. In the middle of giving all the advice. This is an interesting one. I too appreciate an evening whiskey. It's tasty. But with that, especially smokier ones with more peat, that smoky, smells like leather kind of feel, they can smell quite strong. So she's 4 months pregnant, you're married, it's your wife. You're going through all the things you can to still be able to have the whiskey, but also be around her. But is it fair that as a pregnant person, she is now in the other room because you have to have a glass of whiskey? I'm not sure if it's like you're an asshole for doing this, but I don't know. It's like a glass of whiskey versus your wife's comfort during pregnancy. Sure, whiskey is nice. It's comforting. Tastes good. But if your wife is struggling with the smell of it during her pregnancy, it's very common for people during pregnancy to experience hypersensitivity. It's common. It's very, very, very common. So I would say, yeah, drop the whiskey, man. Or switch to something that has less of a pungent smell. There are lots of other things you can enjoy. And maybe there's actually some things that you can enjoy together, like, dare I say it, a glass of tea. And I know that's not whiskey, but it's 9 months, man. And if you're struggling with alcoholism and you need to have that whiskey, there's support for that too. So that's what I would say. I would have a conversation with this individual, discern the risk of alcoholism. So essentially ask, is it one whiskey or is it 10 whiskeys? Is it a pint of whiskey? Are we having a lot of whiskey? Kind of figure out the risk. If there is a risk, we'll work through that together. If it's just, I come home from a long day of work and I like to have a glass of, a pour of whiskey, just a couple fingers, then I would say, man, it might pay to lose the whiskey for the sake of your wife's ability to get through pregnancy. I think that's more than reasonable. It's not fair that your wife should be puking well, just because you need to have whiskey, let alone go to the guest bedroom. Usually guest bedrooms don't have the comfy bed. It seems unfair. Now, with that said, it could be that she is sensitive to all smells, and having that space all together is important for her. Forget about the whiskey, she just wants her space. And that's totally, totally cool. That can even be beneficial during that time. But give up the main room. She's with child, she's with precious cargo. She takes priority, my friend. I'm definitely going to respond to this one later. I get that sweet, sweet karma. But until then, let's move on. Actually, before we move on, let's see what other people are saying about this. Info. Why are you more dedicated to your nightly whiskey than your pregnant wife? Thank you for the awards. Yeah, I've tried everything, and my immediate thought was, except not drinking. I too enjoy whiskey. I don't need a glass every night, or even most nights. If it was making a loved one literally vomit, I would go without. I love my alcohol more than my wife. It's a terrible look for a relationship. Yeah, this whole post immediately read alcoholic to me. Yep. Alcohol breath. Many pregnant women have an increased sense of smell sensitivity. Yeah, 100% where I'm going with it. But yeah, we definitely want to double check against alcoholism and make sure this individual is in a safe place. But we obviously, yeah, like team wife on this one. 100 P. All right, let's go to the next one. Oh, this seems interesting. Am I the asshole for using flashcards to explain to my brother and his wife why they can't bring their rainbow baby to my wedding? Let's find out. My fiance and I were getting married. We've decided wedding's gonna be child-free. No hate towards children, just to keep it more organized and contained. Very, very common. My brother Chris and his wife have a 3-year-old son who everyone calls Miracle or Rainbow Baby. He came after several failed pregnancies that lasted for years. When they found out that my nephew was included in the no children rule, they tried to convince me to make an exception for him. Chris told me his son is a miracle baby and his presence at the wedding will bring blessings for me and my fiance. I refused and said no, the wedding is child-free. His wife kept sending my fiance pics of the nephew when he was months old. What that mean? I told him no and stopped. My brother told me this might cause a rift in our relationship. I again said no and explained that the wedding is child-free. He asked again and pointed out how his baby is different since he's a rainbow, a miracle baby. I again said no and explained that the wedding is child-free. They brought it up when they visited my home, and I knew they weren't going to stop, so I made flashcards in advance with the phrase, "The wedding is child-free, period," and pulled them out and started slowly showing them the flashcards, one by one in this order. The wedding, with a sticker of the bride and groom, is child with a sticker of a baby, free with a sticker of a, no dice sign, period with a huge black dot sticker. They were both stunned, as if they get it now, and Chris lost his shit. His wife had already grabbed her stuff and walked out. Chris called me an asshole for doing this and said that I disrespected him, his wife and their son, who's my one and my only nephew. He rushed out after we argued. My fiance saw the whole thing and thought it was funny, but my parents and Chris are livid beyond measure. They're telling everyone about the amount of disrespect and mockery I had displayed toward them, and I'm being told to fix it now. Tricky. So, the wedding is child-free. Brother and wife had, the brother and the brother's wife had a baby after many, many failed pregnancies. This baby is now a quote-unquote miracle or rainbow baby, and they're saying that this baby should be an exception because it will bring blessings and miracles to the wedding. But the original poster is saying, well, the wedding is child-free. Nobody's allowed to bring their children. That's just the rule. This could go either way. I think, on one hand, for family, if it's really, really important, you can show flexibility for the sake of, making it easy. A lot of people, too, also have a wedding party for family and one for friends, where you can engage in all the debauchery you want. It doesn't always make sense that at weddings where people are getting trashed and, smoking that good leaf, that there are also, hundreds of children running around. In fact, I've been to weddings where, young people get their hands on alcohol or things like that, and that's dangerous too. Not that the 3-year-old would necessarily get his hands on that, after all, miracle baby, but it's not always a place for children. So, I get both sides here, but, one moment please. But I think that the wedding is child-free. Everyone knew this from the beginning. Why is it suddenly a thing? Is there a cost around the babysitter for the night that's expensive? Is there, an attachment problem between the parents and the child that they're worried about exploiting? These are all things I would look into. But yeah, I would just have a family party and a child party, or not a child, a friend party. Have the fun and have, the ceremony. I think that's totally cool. Or have a ceremony with kids and, the party after. Um, or no kids after a certain time. There's creative ways to make this work that don't involve hard stops. But at the end of the day, it's your wedding. You get to choose what you want. If your brother is being specific about it, maybe there's a way to talk it through with him, right? Let's look at what people have to say. Well, I suppose you could have used hand puppets instead, but flashcards seems to have gotten the message across. It makes me insane how many parents think their little bundle of joy should be allowed anywhere, anyone, anytime, that it never applies to them. It's pretty clear we're going to run the horse right up to the altar, not the asshole. What about puppets holding flashcards? Dying of laughter that after getting to know, the parents started sending baby pictures like that would turn the tide. These people have genuinely lost the plot. Babies are cute, we know this, but no one is that gaga over someone else's kid. My daughter was an adorable baby, keeping people from touching her chunky cheeks when we were out with a full-time occupation. She even won a full month of free diapers in a cute baby contest. Don't judge, lol. Free stuff is awesome. As cute as she was, I didn't go waving her around like a backstage VIP pass or bonkers over our own babies. The cuteness bubble extends no further. I mean, I just think there's a creative way to deal with this problem. Are you an asshole for using flashcards? I mean, it seems like they needed a directive sentence to sort of, make the point clear. But the heart of this issue is, can we allow babies at the wedding? The answer is no, but maybe there's a creative way to include your brother who's not showing up without his baby. If not, it's your wedding. You get the choice on what you want that to feel like. It's a special day for you too, not just for the rainbow baby. Also, I've never heard that phrase before. Rainbow, miracle baby for sure, but rainbow baby not. Yeah, super interesting. I'm super sniffly today, and I apologize for that, so I'm going to cut the stream a little bit short. I want to thank you all for checking it out. I'm going to answer these people's queries on Reddit shortly. If you or anyone you know is looking for some epic, unlimited, accessible, affordable coaching, check out thejournalthattalksback.com. It's great. Just straight up, it's awesome. I run the company, and I've been a client myself for, since the very, very beginning. And I've learned a lot about myself and my anxiety and some great ways to manage that. And also, it's helped me ride the roller coaster, which often looks like this, of being an entrepreneur. Go to thejournalthattalksback.com, book a call. I'll match you with one of our very own coaches. It's going to be awesome. I'll be streaming again on Thursday, not tomorrow. Got to help my sister move, which is important too. Family first. And we'll see you on Thursday. We'll see you on the flippity flop. Happy Tuesday, my friends, and have a fantastic day.